Our second portion of our mental health session, I'm going to be introducing Kajol Topiwala. Kajol Topiwala is a certified yoga teacher and a licensed professional counselor dedicated to holistic healing and culturally rooted wellness. Specializing in South Asian-centered yoga and breathwork, she leads practices that honor ancestral traditions while supporting modern mental and physical health. Kajol's integrative sessions emphasize the therapeutic power of a mindful movement and breath, which have been shown to reduce stress, regulate blood pressure, and lower the risk of cardiovascular disease. By weaving together emotional insight and somatic awareness, she creates a healing space that nurtures heart health and emotional resilience, particularly for those seeking inclusive, culturally affirming wellness experiences. All right, I'll hand it over to Kajol to be able to lead our virtual session today.
Hello, namaste, welcome. My name is Kajol and I'm a certified yoga teacher, as Hiba just said. I'm also a licensed professional counselor. I always thought heart health was extremely important, but it's funny how some things don't really affect us until they truly impact us. About a year ago, my parents were in India for a wedding. My father started noticing some shortness of breath and pain in his chest while he was there. He got a full body workup done there, and the results came back fine. They prescribed him with a few medications to take and sent him on his way. Upon his return to the US, the symptoms continued to progress, but he didn't think much of it. Like any Desi father, he called up his local doctor friend, downplayed his symptoms, and was convinced he had acid reflux. Then he started taking medication for acid reflux. One night, about a month after they returned from their trip to India, I was just about to fall asleep when I heard a noise downstairs and went to investigate. I knew my father wasn't feeling well, and I remembered hearing his footsteps walking past my door earlier that night. When I got downstairs, I saw my father, really pale, holding his chest, and knew we had to take him to the ER. When the doctor came to tell us the results of their endless testing throughout the night, I was so focused on taking care of my mother that I didn't realize how numb my body began to feel. I fainted, and when I finally made my way to my father's room, the first thing he told me was, "I know we like to do everything together, but just because I'm in a hospital doesn't mean that you have to be in a hospital too." Luckily, he's doing much better now, and he made it to see my wedding. He made it to see all these amazing things, and he's doing a lot better today. But this truly opened my eyes to the importance of heart health and how important it is to take care of our bodies. And one great way to do that is through meditation and yoga. The three best types of yoga that can help with heart health is yin yoga, which we will be doing today, restorative yoga, as well as hatha yoga. Yin holds certain postures for a longer length of time, and it helps to relax your body and to ease the mind. What helps some people might not help everyone. And so if you notice that a pose is a little bit uncomfortable for you, feel free to find a little gentle movement or ease into a pose that's a little bit easier for you. You can use a yoga mat for this practice, or a towel, or even just an open space or area. You can also use some blocks or bolsters or a pillow that can help us to relax and to prop our back or hold any areas of discomfort. So without further ado, I'm going to start by leading us through a little bit of a meditation and then ease our way into this yin yoga. Today's yoga practice is going to be focusing on the heart chakra. If you don't know, chakras are energy centers, and it comes from the Sanskrit word wheel or cycle. It's located in the center of our chest, above the heart, and it's the point where the higher and lower chakras meet. When we feel our heart chakra, it usually means that we are feeling balanced, calm, serene, love, compassionate, and joy. That is the signs of a balanced heart chakra. So when we start to find some imbalance there, we notice poor circulation in the body, high or low blood pressure, stiffness in the shoulders and the chest and the upper back, and it might mess around with our moods a little bit. And so When we balance our heart, our energies, everything, our whole body works in sync. So whenever you're ready, find a comfortable seated position with your feet either in lotus pose or crossed. You can put your hands on your legs or put them in front of you in your lap, wherever is most comfortable for you today. And we will begin our yoga session or meditation session. So sit comfortably and be mindful of your breath. Rub your palms together rapidly for 30 to 60 seconds. Feeling a little bit of the heat building up. Notice the friction. Notice how this feels. Now hold your hands 6 to 8 inches apart, facing each other, and feel the flow of energy. Start to close your eyes or lower your gaze and tune in to this meditation. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position on your mat, or on the floor, or on a chair, wherever is most comfortable for you. You can place your palms up if you are seeking energy, and down if you want to feel more grounded. Slowly begin to flutter your eyes closed and take a deep breath. Taking this moment to check in with yourself, breathing in and out at your own pace. Now draw your attention to your spiritual heart center in the middle of your chest. Notice a green light begin to appear. Allow this light to grow brighter with each breath you take. Resting your attention onto the light, continue to breathe and sense your breath flowing into your heart. In your mind's eye, begin to picture someone in your life that might benefit from a little love and healing energy, bringing them to the forefront of your mind. Take a moment to connect with this individual, imagining a strong, bright light connecting you to the person you are sending healing energy to. Visualize this light growing stronger and more vibrant as you focus on sending them healing energy. Picture the person's body and surround them with a warm and glowing light. As you do this, focus on sending them feelings of love, compassion, and healing. Imagine the light filling their body and see them as healthy and whole. Cherish that image as we continue to travel through our neural pathways and towards the inner sanctity of our heart. Begin to deepen your breath, slowly and gently beginning to wake yourself up. Begin to wiggle your fingers and then wiggle your toes. Roll your shoulders once, twice, and then blink your eyes open. We're going to start with a little warm-up and then go into our yin yoga flow, where we're going to hold each pose for about 3 minutes and then continue on. Again, if you feel any sort of discomfort or pain, please get out of that pose and find a simpler pose to rest in. You can always find your resting shavasana. We're going to start in hero's pose with our legs underneath us or sit bones. Feet are flat against the mat, or you can rest your feet, toes curled under, just like this, on the mat, and feel a little stretch through your toes. You can place the palms on your mat, on your legs, facing forward or back. You can close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths here. You will hold this pose for 3 minutes. If you notice your thoughts starting to wander, use your breath to guide you back into this present moment, here and now. Take a few more deep breaths in this pose, gently beginning to wake yourself up, deepening your breath. From here, if your toes are curled, feel free to just step onto your knees and shake them about, letting them flex in the opposite direction. You can also let them lay flat on the floor or on your mat. You can press into your heels and lift your knees for a backward stretch, counter stretch. Take whatever movements you need before we get into our next pose. For our next pose, we're going to extend our right leg to to the top of the mat, placing our left leg towards your inner thigh. You can reach your hands up to the sky, and then whenever you're ready, you can either stay up like this if that's a good enough stretch for you. You can come down a little bit lower or all the way. Come to whatever pose is best for you. You can also use a pillow or a bolster and rest it on your leg and use that as a crutch for your head. Either way, pick whichever level suits you best, and we're going to rest here for another 3 minutes. Another variation that you can take is if you were to interlace your fingers, placing it right underneath your knee and using that as a gentle support if your knees feel a little bit tight. You can lay like that. If you notice that there's more space or room for you to take this pose to the next level, feel free to do so. Take 2 more deep breaths in this pose. filling up your lungs, and exhale, sighing it out. And with your next exhale, slowly start to walk your hands back. Noticing how your leg feels, how your entire body feels after this pose. You can place both soles of your feet on the mat and take a quick windshield wiper, bringing your knees to one side and then to the other. Bring it back and forth gently. And then we're going to take this pose on the other side. So whenever you're ready, slowly begin to extend your left leg, bringing your right leg into the crook of your left leg. You can choose to stay up like this, or you can bring yourself a little lower. You can use a pillow or a bolster, whichever version or variation you use on the right side. Please make sure to do the same on the left to balance out the body. You can circle your arms up to the sky and then take whichever version suits you best. If one side feels a little bit tighter than the other, make sure to honor your body and stay up until you slowly make room as you stay in this pose a little longer. And again, if you ever notice your thoughts starting to wander, use your breath to guide yourself back. Take 2 more deep breaths in this pose, filling up your lungs and sighing it out. And on your next exhale, slowly start to walk yourself back, lifting your chest. And notice how your left leg feels. Notice any changes in your body, in your heart rate. Notice how you're feeling from head to toe. You can observe without judging yourself, because you're doing the best you can. Whenever you're ready, bring both soles of your feet to the mat, and we're going to take another windshield wiper. So you can bring your legs to the right, and then to the left, and again right and left, right and left. You can also bring your legs out in front of you and just shake it out a little bit. And whenever you're ready, we're just going to reach forward and we're going to slowly roll all the way back to lay on your mat or lay on the floor wherever you are, making sure that you have enough space to gently rest. You can place your hands on your body, you can place it to the sides of your mat. You can place one hand over your heart and the other over your lower belly. Breathing into the lower belly, guiding your breath through your ribs and through your chest before exhaling out through the chest, the ribs, and your lower belly, melting into the mat, relaxing your entire body in this final pose, your Shavasana. We're going to lay here for about 3 minutes, noticing how it feels in your body and just observing. You can allow your legs to rest on the mat, your hands as well. You can close your eyes and rest. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to deepen your breath, bringing in a little bit of movement in your body by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. You can turn to the side, cradling your head with your hand. Just allow yourself to regulate before we move into seated pose. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly start to walk your hands up, using your leg as a crutch. Make your way back into a crisscross position. You can take any final stretches that you might need to take. Shaking out the arms, legs, opening your eyes if you haven't already. Just slowly waking yourself up and coming back into this present moment. You can take a second to look around and observe what are 5 things that you can see. What are 4 things that you can touch? What are 3 things that you can hear? What are 2 things that you can smell? And what is 1 thing that you can taste? Those are 5 senses. And sometimes just checking in with yourself doesn't really mean doing a full body scan or rolling out a yoga mat if you don't have one or don't have the space or the tools. You can always just use your senses and just check in. Where are you? What are you feeling right now and what do you need right now? That is all that I have for you today. And so I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much, God, for guiding us through an amazing and relaxing meditation session. We really appreciated you joining us today and sharing your expertise and also providing us with that very emotionally resonant story about your family, your own personal experience. Very beautiful, very empowering, and I'm sure all of our viewers would appreciate this so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, just as some key takeaways and some day 4 information, we are going to have our nutrition live cooking demo on July 15th, and this is our code to register to be able to scan and sign up for the session. Thank you so much for attending, and we really appreciate you joining us today or watching this video in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Kajol. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.